You know what we do. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to The Rundown, a show where we like to hang out like a book club and talk about our favorite shows. And from now on, we're going to be doing The Last of Us Season 2. I'm actually so excited right now, Anthony. How are you, brother? It's good to be back.
Dude, I'm fine. It's an hour later than it used to be for me, but it's that's how it goes. But dude, I am so impressed with you being here, John, because
Why?
people don't know it, but you've been very, very, very busy. Tell them. No, wait. I'll tell them. I'll tell them because John reclaimed his featherweight belt last weekend against Lopez.
You guys.
It was a rough fight. His face was all busted up, but he's good again.
I'm good again.
How are you feeling, John?
Ready for the show.
Yeah.
Ready for the show. Bloody hell. Yes, if only. I only just watched the episode yesterday. Like that, I was stressing. I didn't have it changed over here to The Last of Us wasn't on Binge anymore. It was on Binge the first time, which is a streaming app that I have. And so then I have to get a new one. I have to get HBO Max. Well, it's called Max in here in Australia, which now it's on, and that seems to be where all the HBO shows.
Yeah.
And I'm like, damn, I just have to add another streaming service. So I'm like, all right, I'll get Max, you bastards, and we'll do it for The Last of Us. And I was panicking that I wasn't going to get to watch it, but yesterday morning smashed it, and mate, I'm pumped. I'm excited to talk about it.
Yeah, I'm so excited to talk about it, and also I'm pretty curious to see what you think about it, because you haven't played the game. I'm actually replaying the game because I found out that I just stopped playing when it was out on the PS4. I can also tell you why I stopped playing, and I can also tell you that I'm hyped for the series because I think it's going to be a bit different.
Well, look, as someone who doesn't know the storyline that well, like I'm just trying to take it episode at a time.
Yeah.
It was awesome. I just love all the dynamics, the writing, the scenes that they have. Yeah. But before we get into it, let's welcome the big dog. I know he's excited to talk about the show too. We need to fix justice. We need to bring. We got a lot of things. I was thinking about the catchphrases and things. We got a lot of things to bring back for.
Did you have Orphan's? No, it's not Orphan, right? I think it's Lukaku's video. Do you have Lukaku's video lined up?
You know, I do have it. I don't have it lined up, but I do have it. Orphan, what's up, brother? Thanks for being here. You will find out. And justice for the rundown. Let me find this video because, guys, I was thinking about this yesterday too. We are on the verge of another Pedrogasm. You understand this, right? Now, for those that don't know, whoever stumbles upon this video on the internet and watches it
by accident,
maybe because of the thumbnail, hopefully that draws some people in. Yeah. Pedrogasm was a thing when the first Last of Us series was out. On this show, Pedrogasm was huge. And what that is he's in everything. He's everywhere all the time. Back then, he was in Mando. He had done a couple movies, and then he was in, obviously, this. What was there something else? I feel like there was something else. And now he's in this again.
I don't think you were on Pedrogasm while he was on Game of Thrones, right?
No. I just mean like when Last of Us Season 2 came out, there was like a few other shows and movies that he was also starring in at the same time. So it seemed like he was everywhere at once because he had all these projects in 1 year. And like now he's got Fantastic Four, Mando, and he's back with Last of Us. He's on fire. And he just did Gladiator, which I still have not watched. I would like to watch that. I would like to watch it just to see. I mean, Denzel's in it. There's a few people, but Pedrogasm was a thing, and we do have a video, Anthony. It's like 43 seconds though, so
Isn't that long? Let's play it, dude.
it's 40.
Let's play it.
It's 43. Fuck it, let's do it.
Hey, you. Yes, you. Are you having relationship problems? Does everything taste bland? Well, have I got the solution for you? Yes. The answer is yes, I do. Drop the beat. Pedrogasm.
Pedrogasm is a life-changing new product that can change your life. If you want your life-changing life change, then call 0800 Mando for life.
Check out the rundown, presented by Iron Logan and Figure Posing Channel, and get the full Pedrogasm experience.
Oh, yeah.
What are we doing? Oh, Anthony, we're going insane live on YouTube.
Yeah, that was good. That was good.
Lukaku. We need him back. Yeah, that's what I reckon. And Daredevil, yeah. Look, I think we should talk about Daredevil if we get time at the end. We are going to be in a time frame with this new time slot.
Yeah,
so,
okay.
let's get into it. I'll bring up the slides. Now, I just want to pre-frame. These are me taking the shots again with my phone from the TV, from the computer screen.
good
So
stuff.
be
Well,
ready for
that's
some
shots.
classics. Hawkeye is back. I'm back on with this one, and I'm busting out the angles on the computer screen.
It's going to be good.
Now, I put this picture in, Anthony, because I watched the recap real quick. I love actually what Max has on it, though. It has all the behind-the-scenes stuff already, interviews with the director and producer, like little 8-minute clips and things like that, that I went and watched as well, because I'm like, oh, wow, look, like providing a lot of extra content along with the show,
And was that
which is
for
cool.
season 2 or for season 1? Because I saw on HBO Max the making of,
Mhm.
and I thought it was season 1, so I skipped it.
Well, there is. I don't know if there is for season 1 as well. I think there probably is, but what I watched was season 2, the first
Okay.
episode, because they're talking about what the theme is for the season and what the message is that they're trying to get across, and that made me think about why I wanted to take a picture of Pedro and Bella right at the beginning, was because that's the moment he lied. And that's the moment she realized he lied. And I thought that's going to play a big, I feel like that's going to play a big part in obviously their relationship, which obviously is what's happening. But what did you think of this the fact that it went back to this to start the episode? I thought that was epic.
Yeah, so it's not only that they went back, they added also, because they added Jill's reaction to Ellie. And I think the cool thing is, first, Ellie says, okay, and she walks on, and you see him thinking, and right after you see him thinking, he just looks straight ahead and he walks on. And that's what Joel does, right? He just doesn't acknowledge things. He pretends things didn't happen, and he just walks on. He looks ahead.
And he moves on.
Yeah, he moves on. That's what he does.
That's a skill.
And yeah. And I think it's cool that he shows that in that scene over there.
Yeah, I thought at that look too. Like when I was looking at it and trying to find the right, like I was trying to pause it, and I really wanted to be like, I really want to try and see if I can see the look that really makes me think that the feeling, like what's he as an actor trying to think about as he's trying to sell this look of, for us to know that he's lying and that's a bad thing.
Yeah.
So I had fun with that, and then obviously she knows, not happy. Then we cut to, actually before, what's often says, there are BTS behind the scenes on Max YouTube channel and also the BTS podcast.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, it's probably just that stuff that they put.
Yeah, I did listen to the Last of Us podcast, just like last season with Troy Baker and Neil.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, that was cool.
Yeah, I need to do that. Yeah, I like that. I like that they do that smart marketing.
Just right
too, I
after.
feel like. Yeah. Then we cut to these guys. I thought this was a cool scene. Obviously, after listening to them talk about what their theme of this season of the show is, and then seeing these characters, I love how they're showing us this dynamic of now these guys are these guys have been wronged, and what is just and what is unjust, because to them this guy's just come in and killed their loved ones and the people that were going to try and save humanity.
Yeah.
If you like, if you were watching another movie or a show, these guys are the good guys.
Yeah,
these guys would be the good guys. I love what they're doing with that, because I care about Joel, and as a father and not wanting to let go, like that feeling of what he did last season and why he did what he did. I also see that and have that. Like, what do you think about that? Like, I think I'm just like, I'm hyped up for that type of story.
I noticed it.
Right.
Okay, so
Right.
could you first recap what they said on the behind the scenes about, because if it's already on Max, it means that it's not a spoiler, right?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. So basically, look, I am Dory memory here going, but I'll try my I'm not the best witness to recall
Fragments.
information.
Just try to recall some fragments of what they
To give
said.
you feelings and emotions of how I felt when I heard the words. Like, oh yeah, that's hot.
Yeah,
Something
it
like
felt
that.
great.
Yeah, it felt great. No, I think from memory, what he was saying was, it's about where your choices lead, and how you feel about this season is a matter of perspective. If you're for Joel and them, it seems like you're gonna have a perspective of why he did what he did, and then for these guys, depending on how you look at it, you might think these guys are the good guys. So it's just about perspective, is what he's saying. Is this they want the theme to be about perspective, and the story they're telling is what is just, what is unjust, who's the good guy, who's the bad guy, like all those elements together.
Okay, I didn't expect that. I expected the theme to be the consequences of
and consequences. No, yes, and that. You
Okay,
did say that.
because
Yeah.
all great writing, like Arcane, of course, because for those that don't know, Arcane is my Billions, and
Big call. Big
yeah.
call.
So what the writers of Arcane did, they tried to have the characters have impossible choices, and I think that's what Neil Druckmann and what's his face also did is
Yes.
have their characters have impossible choices. So Joel had to choose in season 1 between Ellie or a possible cure for the world, and he chose Ellie.
Yes.
As like you said, his dad's heart chose Ellie. And yeah, that's kind of a problem. And now in season 2, there is the consequence of your actions, the consequences of the ugly side that love makes you take, right? And this is like the ugly side of it, because Joel killed them all. And what's cool about this scene is that the introduction of Abby is very different in the game, because in the game, Abby is like a playable character, and so you get to play Abby. You don't know who she is. You don't know she's a Firefly. You don't know that her dad was killed. You don't know anything. You're just playing. And I've heard Craig and Neil talk about that. If you play a character, you have like automatic empathy towards that character, and they didn't have that in the show, of course. So they had to do something else, and this is how they did it, which is pretty interesting, because you know from day one that she wants to kill Joel. Yo, AJ.
Yeah, just
Did you-
I think he's leaving, so just acknowledging him.
Cool.
Yeah, and looking at, if you think about it from her perspective, yeah, hell yeah, you'd want to. Like, as a human being, how would you feel if someone did that to you? When you strip away all man-made laws and things like that, if someone did that to your family, how are you going to feel about it?
Yeah, so the interesting part is you don't know anything about these guys in the game. You're just playing Ellie. And in here, I kind of think that you see like that it's pretty divisive to go after Joel and kill the guy, because I think the guy's name's Owen. Owen seems to be casted for being a good guy and a nice guy and a soft guy, and he says, "Yeah, we'll help you kill him." So it's not their mission to kill him; it's just her mission to kill him. So I think that's going to cause some complications between this group. That's
a good point. Yeah, I think so. That's a good point. That's a good point. I did notice him say that. Like when he said that, I thought like that was cool. I'm glad that you saw more. Like you saw into that. That's great. I think that probably will play a part. You know, when we get up to it, because if
Yeah.
I wouldn't want to be going after Joel. And it's what 5 years later. So I guess the 5 years later. So where are we?
Yeah,
So
it's 5 years later.
she makes the play. I love this actress too. She's great from Justified. She was so good in that.
Yeah, so the fun thing is
Right.
she was actually supposed to be Ellie when The Last of Us was supposed to be a movie, right? But then years were passed, and then she was just a bit too old to play Ellie. And then came Bella. Or Lady Mormont.
Yeah.
Lady
Well,
Mormont.
I'm glad that they actually brought her back because I think she's a really good quality actor. I just remember really enjoying how well she played her character, and I think it was Justified and one about the Sackler family on Apple Plus with Michael Keaton. It's about the opioid epidemic. That's a really great one too. She's in that as well. And she plays.
And I also heard that she worked with Neil Druckmann on Uncharted 4.
Oh, nice.
So they already knew each other. Yeah.
Sick. Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
Good choice. AJ, if you're still here, brother, thanks for coming. And I didn't notice this before, but
Falcon, yeah.
Yeah, he is there. That's cool. I like him. So let's see.
Yeah.
See how he does in this show.
Abby in the game, by the way, is like twice the size of this Abby.
Oh, really?
She's
Oh,
bulky
yes,
as
yes.
hell.
I've seen pictures.
And did you see it?
I have seen pictures of the game, yes, of her.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, she did look thick.
Yeah, which is pretty funny because after you've played Ellie, who's like a little girl, then you play Abby, and Abby just smashed through things.
That's hilarious. Well, let's see. So that means she's going to be formidable, which is ironic because then we cut to Bella training.
Being less formidable.
I quite like this scene. I thought they did like a good way to introduce. I mean, there's a lot going on with her and Joel that I guess that we're going to get into. I think I just put this in here just to show the fact that she was training, introduced that guy. That what's her commander's name? I can't remember. Often, do you know his name? Maybe Jesse. Yeah, maybe Jesse. I quite like him too.
It's Beef guy.
There's a lot of the guy from Beef. Yeah.
Boom, motherfucker. Yeah. So, and yeah, Jesse's right. She can't boom because she just got the punch in the face by the guy. I don't know what the big guy's called. And he pulled his punch, and she's doing such a sloppy job at doing first. It's like world's worst triangle, going to an armbar, going to a sloppy omoplata, and still he's stepping out. So he's really letting her win.
Yeah, I like that they addressed that though, which was cool. I like that they did that. It clearly shows here that she's like an angsty teenager, but we know why, right? She's an angsty teenager.
But I think they kind of overdid it here. They kind of
like too angry.
I think
too angry straight away.
Yeah, and too separated from Joel. I didn't like that, but it might forebode something good for me though. So I think she's just too out to get autonomy and get separated from Joel, which I don't think is realistic. It was a bit more nuanced in the game, let me say that.
Was it? Okay.
Yeah.
I just put this in here because it shows the town that they're in. So obviously they're doing well. Obviously things are always doing well before they go.
Yeah, the town looks so awesome because there's a couple of things that are like one-on-one linked out of the game, which is pretty cool because it gives people who played the game like a little. It's not an Easter egg, but just like a flashback because it provokes the same feeling you got when you got to see the town in the game, and you really got the feeling of being back again.
That's cool. I just thought the town looked cool. Remind me of like it's like an old western
It's not
town.
satisfied this often. We need to have like a 4-hour stream before he's satisfied.
He's never satisfied. I put this picture in because obviously this
important.
plays a big part. Yeah. So we'll come back to that. The mushrooms are on the move. Look, this is the only picture I used from this scene because, again, there was lots to cut. Like often said, there's lots to cover.
Yeah.
But I loved this conversation, and I love this actress. I've enjoyed her in everything that we've watched her in, and I think she's playing this character really well already, right off the bat.
Dude, Isabella Merced is her name, I guess.
I think so.
She is 100 times prettier than Dina. And why is that important? Well, I think Craig Mason is like a fan of hers, and he said like there's something missing between Ellie Joel and the dynamic, and it's just like a shining positive light, and that's what's Dina providing here. And I think she's a very good choice for Dina. She looks nothing like Dina in the game.
Okay.
She's so much more charming. You're just automatically drawn to like her.
She's
so
very
that's good.
charismatic.
Yeah.
Very charismatic. Like,
Yeah.
and she seems very natural as an actress, just with her facial, just how she her smile. Like, it's that when people are positive and smile like that, that if they're like charismatic as well, it's really engaging. I feel like I don't know. I just felt myself drawn to her, and I thought her interaction with Joel there was awesome. It was a great conversation. I love scenes like that. I just love scenes where there's a good conversation about something and the actors actually come off natural, which I felt like they both did in that.
Yeah, and in the podcast, Craig Mason and Neil Druckmann talk about that. In the game, we didn't see much of Dina and Joel's relationship, and here you do. Like Ellie has been distancing herself from Joel, and Dina kind of filled the place, which is like prompted when you see the scene. Joel says he greets her. For a second, you think it's going to be Ellie, and then she comes in, and they have a cool dynamic in the show. And they also say that he might have like an ulterior motive because Dina's gotten very close to Ellie, and this is sort of a way for Joel to kind of not keep tabs, but just know what's going on with Ellie more. And the same goes for her though, because she's obviously also interested in Ellie, and getting to Joel is sort of like being a step closer to Ellie also.
Yeah, I feel like she also genuinely wants to mend their relationship. I don't know. I felt like that.
Yeah.
I felt like she was
genuine for the movies.
Yeah, I thought that was. Yeah, I feel like she wants to try and help them get back together for whatever reason.
Yeah, me too.
Maybe because she knows that she can maybe, obviously we know their history. It's kind of letting us know that she can tell they've got a deep history. Yeah. And that they should be back together rather than be apart, just maybe from her interactions with them. Anyway, I just love this scene. I love that he was fixing. What was it again? What was he fixing?
I don't know what the name is in English, to be honest. It's just it keeps the wires, the electricity wires from burning down the house, basically.
Yeah, well, I thought that was cool that they were showing him like it shows that he's in a state of. It's 5 years later. You know what I mean? Like he's comfortable. He's doing things like that. He's not thinking about just surviving.
It shows more. It shows that he just wants to fix things. He's good at fixing things. He's not good at talking. He's not good at knowing emotionally what's happened. He's not acknowledging what he did wrong. He just wants to practically fix things.
That's actually really interesting. Let's see what Often's saying. There's so much to cover. No, I said that. Sorry. I'm talking about the game and show a bit, and also.
Dude, I thought you meant the rundown.
Yeah, sorry, I'm getting a bug. Dina is probably the best thing in the show. Didn't know she was Hawk Girl. What?
She's going to be Hawk Girl.
Wow, that's crazy. Circuit Breaker.
CD. Yeah.
That's right. Anyway, I love that whole scene. Like this, for me, this show as a so far there's like that scene and a few more scenes that come up that just really won me over. It's like some big hits throughout the this first episode.
Yeah, so
Then we cut.
I'm most glad about one scene that's missing. We'll get there.
Yes. Okay. Then we cut to these guys. She's training. That was cool. It's cool to see them build now these guys two's relationship.
Yeah.
As well, I'm assuming,
Fun
because I
uncle
quite
Tom.
like.
Yeah.
Yeah, the fun uncle. Not too much else to cover there, but I thought it was good that
Well,
they're.
the fun thing is that it's a 1-1 replication from the game as well. But it was just confusing for me when I saw this, because in the game this is like a flashback. So when I saw this and it's a 1-1 replication, but it's not a flashback. This is like now. So it was confusing a little bit, but we got there.
Yeah. Well, I guess it shows that she's gonna go to him for some things, and obviously it's working him into the show more too.
Yeah.
Oh, I guess what else what they're talking about is it's setting the stage for like it's letting us as the viewer know more, like, because I felt like they really tried to get across that she's so angry with Joel and everybody knows something's wrong, but nobody knows what it is in the town. I feel like they really tried to sell that in this,
and no one wants to piss off Joel.
And no one wants to piss off Joel because he's an absolute gangster. But I
so
feel like
funny.
this showed to me that she is like super frustrated and trying to talk to at least him about it as well.
Yeah.
She was so desperate to like prove herself as capable. I feel like she's so desperate to distance herself from him, and because he's so he's that overprotective father, she's trying to push him away because she's upset with him. Like, I'm wondering how much of it is what he did and how much of it is that he's just or just how much of it of why she's upset is him just being smothering, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, it is. It is him being smothering. It's him having lied, and it's him being overprotective, because saving her from becoming the antidote for the whole world is like the epitome of being overprotective, right?
The epitome, dog. I was talking to Lani. Me and Lani were talking about this, and she's like, because we're talking about perspective of like, you know, like if we were following Abby, then we'd be all in on her chasing him down. And I know it's going to be really conflicting as the show. I just feel like it's going to be very conflicting, and I feel like how good these motherfuckers are at making TV shows. I think they're going to really give us a good ride to go on. Now, often saying that they're not going to have enough time to cover everything. That may be true when it comes to the game for you guys who've played the game. But for me, just as a viewer of a show, it's a fucking good show.
Yeah,
like, that's how I see it.
So game number 2 will be split into 2 seasons, right? So season 2 and season 3 will cover game 2.
Okay, yeah.
So I don't think they'll rush things.
Yeah, that's a good point. I don't think they will. Well, look, whether they are or whether they aren't, I felt like they fit a lot of stuff, and there's a lot of emotional stuff and just great epic scenes in this first episode. Like, it makes me feel promise for like the rest of the season. They chose to hit hard.
Yeah.
And then we cut to here, and I think I just put this in here because, again, it's just showing seems like he's a leader of the town, or a leader in the town.
It's so funny because Maria and Tommy were like the leader, the de facto leader of the town.
No, he's the leader.
In comes Pedro.
Look, Pedro. In he comes, Mr. Fantastic. I'm the fucking boss.
Oh, dude, he just takes everything over.
He just takes it over, bro.
And no one wants to piss him off.
Well, she's talking to him like he's the boss, or it's either like he's the boss, or she, like, he's an elder to her almost. Like, because I know she's a leader in the town, but it seems like she's trying to negotiate with him. Yeah, I guess not.
Oberyn Martell came into town.
Yeah, he's sitting at his desk like the big G.
Yeah.
So I thought that was just, and that whole scene was cool with the little kid as well. And and when his brother comes back, I like that they're building that up. Okay, before we're about to get heavy. But yeah, I felt like he's the boss of the town, which made sense. Which, because in my line of thinking, what happens at the end when he pushes the guy at the dance, That's probably a big deal.
Yeah.
When the
So it's not
the-
that he's the boss of the town. No one wants to piss him off, but and yeah, he's kind of like a big brother to Maria as well, I guess. I mean, hierarchy wise, not relationship wise. He was a contractor, yeah. And this kind of shows that because Craig Mason and Neil Druckmann in the podcast talked about that Joel is good in three things. He's like a survivor. He's very good at killing, even though he doesn't like it. Second of all, he's good at fixing things, and that's what you see him do always. He's always trying to fix things. But because he's a survivor, he's just thinking about him and Ellie at the moment, or constantly. And Maria reminds him that, yeah, you can't say that we need to keep the refugees out because we have too little resources. Because you were a refugee once as well. We can't be egoistic about it. And Joel kind of is. He doesn't care.
Yeah. Well, I also feel like something I've noticed with his character is and it's evident when he saves Ellie at the end, because of the loss of I keep going back to the loss of his daughter.
Yeah.
And because of the loss of his daughter, he is so terrified of losing what he has. So like he gets Ellie and he's so scared of losing what he has with her that he does what he does.
Yeah.
And now he's got the safe town and everything's okay and everyone's safe. I feel like his type of mentality of a person is like, I don't want to ruin that. And he's scared of letting people in because he's scared they're going to throw the thing off balance. That's the feeling off
balance, and there's literally too little resources to go.
Yeah, do you feel like that's a part of it too, though? Like that he doesn't want to. He's like that. You know, when you get into the psychology of people, like he's that type of person that he's so scared now of losing anything, he doesn't want to mess up the status quo, and that makes him forget that he was once a refugee. It doesn't matter anymore. I know. Yeah, I just thought that was sick.
And I don't think it's the status quo per se. It's just there's too little resources to house everyone.
Yeah, and his fear is if he lets more people in, it's going to endanger Ellie and the people he's already got. That's what I mean. Like I feel like the threat of not enough stuff. He values that over helping new people.
Yeah,
he's willing to fuck them off.
It's super.
This scene, bro.
Right?
It is super practical, but it's like it's a very human choice as opposed to I'm a hero, good guy choice.
Yeah.
You know, the virtue signaling of I'm going to save everybody no matter what, that Hollywood tends to push a lot. So it's cool that they're showing a character that, he's conflicted about it.
Yeah, he's kind of like Make Jackson Great Again. That's him.
That's him. Come on. Dude, this was my favorite scene of the whole show. I absolutely, she crushed it. I thought she was so awesome. What a pick. You got to tell me what you think about it, because I thought she, like, both their acting and how it starts further out, and as the scene goes on, it gets tighter in to both their eyes and then cuts back and forth between them. So it goes to her saying what she says, then it cuts to him and you see him tearing up. Like, I thought the way they edited the tightness, like how the scene just got tighter and tighter as it went on, to her unleashing her fury on him. Fuck, it was such a cool scene.
So, John,
loved it.
I can tell you just prancing around the word, but you want to say that the cinematography was great, right?
I don't know what you're talking about, Anthony. I don't know.
So it's so funny. Helen,
hang on.
No.
So, Helen, Helen Six-Skill Shiro, it's like the team that I follow at the moment. She said I should have like a note to just track of how many times he'll use the word cinematography. And you didn't. You just.
I didn't say it. I'll dance around it. I'm gonna tease you with it.
Yeah, you
tease you.
It's like you used like a gazillion words not to say cinematography, dude.
The intention brought with the camera angles really intensified the scene for me. Hey, what they did there, I'll do a lot of that, what I won't say. But it really was, and that really makes a difference in the show. And that's
the new C word.
It's the new C word. Look, It really makes a difference because that makes you feel something different. And if the camera just sat there the whole time, you're not seeing the look on her face and the look on his face
Yeah,
with how they tighten in and they make
yeah. The C word
chef's
was
kiss.
the C word was chef's kiss.
The cinnamon was fantastic.
Yeah, so this is new. He didn't go to therapy in the game, but it works. I liked her acting. I like his acting.
Mhm.
I like the fact because in the game Eugene is like it's not like a running gag, but he's like the big unknown. They reference Eugene
Mhm.
all the time until you get to his. He has like a little man cave,
Mhm.
but you never get to know anything about Eugene other than that. He grows wheat though, and
Yeah.
here we know that she is Eugene's widow.
Mhm.
So it's pretty funny to see that Eugene's is getting a bigger part in the series now, and this is also like the consequences of his actions. And we don't know what he did. We just know that he and that she, in her
Mm.
reality, he killed Eugene, and she doesn't like the way he did it.
Mm.
That's all we know so far. Um,
Um,
to me, it was kind of on the nose that Joel's getting blamed for a lot of things.
mhm.
So it was a bit much for me that he also did this and he also has to face these consequences now. Um,
Mhm.
but I think it'll work for the series.
Well, they said in the like the behind the scenes
Mhm.
why they added her. I'm going to try my best to recall. They talked about they
Yeah, Midori.
strap in, strap in. Let's get ready to go.
Because of stuff. Because of
So,
stuff.
no, well, I know they mentioned. Often will probably know better if he's watched that as well. But they mentioned Eugene being in the
Mhm.
game,
Yeah.
and they said they needed someone for Joel to have these conversations with to get to emotions and just have this outlet. So
Yeah.
they used Eugene having a wife as their in. They're like, all right, we'll bring her in as a psychologist, and then there's also that dynamic of what he did to her husband and how that's going to affect their relationship. But
Yeah.
I think the whole out of that, the writing, mate, the fact that she knows he's lying,
Yeah.
and I mean, this is the first scene we're seeing of them together. How great her acting was to show frustration of his
Yeah.
lies, and then
It
to
was
go
good.
deep, bro, and then to go deep and just and like it felt genuine. She actually was really scared to say, like, had been holding that in what she wanted to say.
Yeah. And
And
she was
just the
drunk
way she
now
delivered it,
because yeah, and she was drunk now because it was I think Eugene's birthday or her birthday.
bro.
Um,
Anniversary.
Anniversary.
Or maybe not, or maybe her birthday. Oh yeah, it could be maybe the birthday.
But it's the
Yeah,
first one without Eugene.
yeah.
So that's why she was already tipsy coming into the session, and then they drank
Mhm.
again, and she had to
Yeah.
let it go.
She had to let it go, but by letting it go, it really pushed him. Like it actually was a good technique to push him. I feel like to get closer to accepting what what he
Yeah, but
did.
not really. But not really, because when he says "I saved her," he's saying it more to himself than he did to her. He said it more to himself to convince himself that he's
Yes,
still a good person. He's not saying it
yes,
to her.
yeah, that's true. But that was
And
awesome. I fucking
what do
loved
you
it.
think happened? Because she says, "I know you didn't have a choice. I just don't like the way you did it."
Oh, to her husband, yeah.
Yeah.
Ray shot him in the head or something. I don't know. I have no idea.
I don't like the way you did it. What does it even mean?
You,
Does
you
it mean that it
had-
because Ellie also says that when they kill him, it should be slow. So maybe I don't know if Eugene is her father, but I was kind of thinking Eugene was her father.
Mhm.
Um,
That
and why
oh,
is
I
it
didn't even
slow?
make that connection. I just thought maybe he was someone in the town who got infected, and Joel, being the doer he is, killed him, and it just
Yeah,
happened to be her husband. So I that was where my brain was going. But
yeah.
this other way sounded
Eugene
like
wasn't
one.
in the game, but it kind of felt like he's also Ellie's dad. But I'm not sure if that's like if it's actually his dad.
Mm,
But yeah, I don't know. I'm curious to see what happened actually.
Mm. Often says that she's also in the studio. I've seen ads for that. It's the Seth Rogen one, isn't
Oh,
it?
I haven't
Often?
seen it.
I haven't watched it. I don't know
Sure.
if. Look, I'm intrigued to check it out because it's about behind the scenes stuff.
Yeah.
He's saying I can throw theories. Throw us a theory. Chuck a theory in there.
Can't throw theories
Throw a theory.
without
we
spoiling anything. That's the tricky part.
Anyway, before we move on, like I just it's scenes like this in a show from when he walks in to when he leaves.
Mhm.
It's stuff like that that sticks with me from shows. So like
Yeah.
this whole moment, like the moment with him and Dina at the table was it's one of those moments, except this was just freaking epic writing.
Yeah.
Epic writing. Fucking welcome back, Last of Us boys. That's what I mean. I have privileged
Yeah, we have privileged information.
oh, actually, shit. Just quickly,
Mhm.
here,
Yeah.
I picked this up because I was rewatching it as I was taking the pictures, just here and there, just trying to find the scenes, right?
Mhm.
And I stumbled upon that I didn't notice the first time I watched it, 2 hours earlier, was that he tells her to go and fix the pipe. He says, pull out all the whatever it's called, and seal the pipe up. Yeah, quarterstep. So he literally tells her as she's leaving here, that's why she's leaving, go cut that out and fix it. She didn't do it. She didn't do it. She skipped it. So no one took care of it. She's come and seen her instead. Just want to set the stage for that. Did anyone else pick that up? That he told her to go and fix the drain pipe and she didn't?
Dude, I know
I
he
just got to
told-
say. You know what we do. Sorry.
that he told her. No, he told someone.
No, he told her. He said, now go fix it.
Maybe.
She didn't do it. She didn't do it.
Slacker.
So I think she's actually to blame for whatever's coming from that.
What do you think's going to
Exactly.
happen? It's hive mind coming.
Some bad guys are coming. But this scene
That's
might be
also new,
completely-
by the way. This communication, the hive mind, the communication through the cordyceps strands, that's also new. I mean, it's not in the game. It's been in the series. It's from season 1, but not in the game.
Interesting. She said the foreman isn't foremaning, so I'm assuming he went to go tell him.
Yeah.
Fix it.
Yeah. Could be.
It felt like to me that he told her to go fix it. But yeah.
Yeah,
I
well,
could
it
be
makes sense because why else? Because everything has a reason in this series, right? Why else would they bring up the foreman isn't foremaning?
Yeah. I don't know. Well, I'm assuming. Look, all I took from it was that he told her to go fix it. Go back and rewatch it when you get a chance, and just see how you take it. That's from my memory of how
Well,
what he meant was
it's the same. It's the same.
like telling her to be useful, like because he showed her how to fix that thing, the circuit breaker. He's telling her to go.
Yeah, I think the
fix that.
circuit breaker is going to be something else. I think it's setting up for like a weapon or something.
Really,
I think so.
Joel is the foreman. Boom.
Oh, dude, the foreman isn't foremaning.
That's why he tells her to go do it because he's busy fixing the circuit breaker. Managed. Wait here. Can I tell here? Could I tell here that she was into her? I'm trying to remember. Like that.
Yeah, you could.
I mean, look at that. Look. If this is not screen grab mastery, you guys are experiencing a masterclass of screen grabs right now. Look at that look that I captured. This look captures everything. Look at her looking all modelly, and then you've got her like, oh yeah, perfect. Perfect screen grab. It says it all.
It does.
I'd
It does.
like to give myself
It's
a
not
pat on the
skiing
back for that one.
and or epicness, but it's good.
I just want to give myself a pat for that one. That's how you capture the emotion of the scene, guys.
I'm amazed you don't have calluses on your left shoulder from all the pats you give yourself in the back.
Oh, wow.
maybe you do.
control.
Maybe you do. We don't know.
maybe I do. My trap is just bigger on this side for taking the hit. Okay, so here, right, Joel told his brother to put her on fence duty
Yeah.
Then she got upset that she was on fence duty, and she's managed to convince them to let her go. But Joel doesn't know that she was allowed to go, right?
Yeah, she
I don't
is
think.
kind of like a princess because everyone, I'm not saying they're scared of Bella, but she carries around some sort of weight that everyone respects without
Yeah.
any good reason other than the fact that she's sort of Joel's kid.
Well, I feel like I get that too. I feel like the reason is maybe because how I see it is
Hmm.
that he is so super overprotective,
Yeah.
and they know that he'll push you over or beat you up or do whatever if
He
you
will.
go
You will,
if
dude.
you do anything to her, he will end you. So I think that's just that they just know that he's a psycho. Like I'll,
Yeah, I
t-
think
I'll
so.
tell Mila, I'm gonna be like, that's gonna be me. That's that. Anyone says anything to you, I'm gonna take him out.
Take him out. Yeah.
So I just feel like it's that. Like everybody knows not to mess with her, and I feel like that is part of why she's also upset is because he's so smothering, so protective. It's like he's so scared of losing her that
Yeah, but
he
I
will not let
found her
anything get
annoying.
near her.
I found her annoying because she also takes advantage of the fact that she's a princess.
Yeah, honestly, I actually kind of found her more annoying in this episode as well.
Yeah.
With how she's being like, I get it, you're upset, but he saved your life. Like you're here now experiencing these things because he saved you. So
Yeah, and to me, it's not realistic if you've look. Even Stockholm syndrome is a thing. So if you go through something traumatic with your captor, you even feel empathetic towards them and it binds you for life. And let alone if it's not a captor, but it's actually someone who cares about you, and you've been found when you were 14, and now it's 5 years later, and you've been through
Mhm.
all as you've been. No way you hit puberty like this, even if. So that's what I find annoying, and yeah, and it's new in this series instead of in the game. It was also a bit like it, but far less than this.
Yeah, I will say I feel like they're trying to push hard in this episode to let us know that she's not happy with him. Like they're really pushing hard. Like she addresses with it at the table. She's the way she's being to him, the way she's rebelling. I feel like they just really want us to know. Guess what, guys? He's overprotective. She's rebelling. She knows he's lying. He won't admit it. That's where we're going.
Well, it's more. It's more. So that's what I'm thinking. That's what I'm saying. It forebodes pretty good stuff for me, I think, because, like I said, I stopped playing the game because I didn't like the character arc of one of the characters in the game, and I think this rift between Ellie and Joel being as far as it is means that character won't have that arc. So I
Oh,
think I won't be annoyed with the show as much as I was with the game. So I think it's a good
interesting.
thing, but I'm just annoyed by it now.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. I get that. I get that. Often says he agrees. Ellie is annoying at this point in the
Yeah,
show.
she is a brat.
But I can see
Yeah,
the
I think
seeds
so
of
as well.
for later
I think
season.
it's good. I think this also means that we kind of know what the ending of season 2 will be. If you play
Okay.
the game.
Yeah, I have theories, but I'm going to keep them to myself and not share them on the show where we talk about things. Then we get to. I just put this scene here to show that I just thought that the red and white dynamic was awesome. That the angle here, Anthony, how you've got the horses coming in on the
Prance
horizon.
around it. Prance around it, John.
Oh shit! Let's hear them. No, holding them. Okay, so these guys are a bunch of gazelles. I just want to say because they literally have no power. Again, it goes to the point where no one will do anything to Ellie or tell her no. I would have thought they'd
Yeah.
be more scared of getting her hurt and then facing the consequences from Joel.
Yeah, that's both, because first they kind of agreed to put her on fence duty, and then she
Mhm.
wants to go, and it's okay.
Hmm.
Yeah, we can
Yeah,
just
like
deal with. Yeah, so I kind of think, I think the ending of season 2 will be a golf tournament. That's what I think.
a golf tournament. What does
Yeah.
that mean?
You will find out.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. There's your moment. There's your moment. You pricks.
Oh, that's hot.
Oh, that's hot. Shit, we're near an hour, so I'll get moving through the.
Yeah.
I'll get moving through. So then we cut to inside. Look, this is the whole point that Ellie pushes to go in here. Again, more annoyingness because they're pushing that she's just trying to be super rebellious.
Yeah.
For what is she trying? How's this going to piss off Joel? Is she just thrill seeking? Why is she wanting to? Is she wanting to push herself to go do this challenge to prove to herself? Like, why do you think just to do that? Obviously, it gives us the scene it gives us. I thought this was a cool, funny moment between the two of them, and again, just showed how charismatic she is as the character that she is.
Yeah.
Also shows that she's. They talked about in the behind the scenes that she's kind of the brains and Ellie's the brawn. Like she just wanted to. That's literally what they said. Like because Ellie wanted to bum rush into the room for whatever reason, and she was the smart one and like listen. Like that's
Ellie's
what
just reckless at this point. She's just reckless, and she wants to prove herself that she's autonomous and she can do things just as hard as Joel and Tommy could. The theater, it could be the. Okay. Dude, I'm all in for the golf tournament, but it might be the theater. Yeah.
Interesting.
So this was a bit over the top for me. Yes, in the game as well. Killing infected was way less threatening than it was in the first season, which makes sense because they've been living with infected for 5 years now.
Yeah, they're more confident.
Yeah, so it was a lot easier to kill the regular infected ones. So that makes sense, but this was a bit too hilarious and too lighthearted, I think, befitting the situation.
Yeah, befitting the situation. That's interesting because I actually thought it was funny that they did that. I didn't think about it like that. I guess it's a way of showing them being. It's a way of showing us that they're friends and they get along together. I feel like because
but also that killing infected is a hobby at this point. So they've shown it first with the scoped rifle, and now in here.
That's true, and she's into like she wants to kill. It seems like she's wanting to kill. She's wanting to fight, but like for who though? To piss off Joel, to actually be competent. Like I wonder why she's rebelling this hard.
It's actually that she relishes the violence, as opposed to Joel, who's very good at it, but he doesn't like it.
Interesting. They missed a lock safe with the employee.
Yeah. So I thought you'd have a picture of that. There's like there's a wall.
I thought about it. Thought about it, but
and July is the dog, which is like a riddle to open safe because resource management is like one of the biggest things in The Last of Us. You're always crawling for everything you can get, including ammo. So if you're thinking, why don't you just shoot the infected? Because the ammo you have is just the ammo you find on the floor or somewhere else. They don't have plans to make new ammo, so ammo is very scarce. So if you can do it with a knife, one, it's silent, two, it saves ammo.
Yeah, that's cool.
Sense. And so any safe you can find is like a surefire way to get good stuff, including ammo. So then you'll need to find hints, and then you find like a letter that the code for the safe is the month that the dog was the employee of the month, and then you have to fill in the code, and then you get some ammo and other stuff. So
that's cool. I love that. I love that type of stuff.
Yeah,
that's cool. I used to love that with the Resident Evils. I used to play the Resident Evil games.
Oh, that was cool. That was so cool.
That was so cool. Anthony, you'll be disappointed they're going to rush this season. No way. Anthony, you think, you know,
no. So they're going to split game 2 over 2 seasons. So I think it won't be as rushed as season 1, even though I kind of missed the snowball fight. So that's why I said justice for the snowball fight. Oh, look, okay.
Look, okay. What's up, brother? It's all good. You're here now.
Oh, dude, you missed your homage.
We played Pedrogasm. Oh god,
the little rap was also cool.
The rap was very good. Welcome back, brother. A snowball fight episode will be next, he reckons. Oh, okay. That could be. Okay, so anyway, they kill, then she falls down as you do, and they introduce this
Bear chow.
is that
She
yeah.
survived. She survived the bear attack. You can see all the scratches of the bear in her face.
Yes.
So in the game, you also can
The dirty
any
rag
with a dirty rag and alcohol in the game. Yeah, you just do it in game, in fight even. Patrigasm starts back. Okay, so this is like an evolution of the infected that you don't get to see in the game at this stage in the game. This is very early. I like how the cordyceps in her face are kind of like, they look like antlers or like a crown even.
Yeah, it's very well done.
I think it's cool because she's like the most evolved infected that there is at the moment. Because she used to have like the runners, which were very dumb and they just run straight at you. That's why Ali said, "Run at me," and you could just shoot them. And you had the clickers who used echolocations, so they were very reliant on their hearing. So that's how you could trick them with the bottle. So the bottle throwing was very cool because it's also a 1-1 adaptation from the game.
Cool.
And you had the bloaters. So this is like a new phenomenon that they haven't encountered yet because they have their eyes still and they seem to be a lot smarter. They seem to actually stalk their prey and trick their prey. So this is like a new thing which is kind of scary at the moment because the other ones aren't that scary anymore. The bloaters are, but not the runners and the clickers.
I feel like they talked about this too when and Neil Druckmann, I think it might be him, that they wanted to introduce an evolved, like you said, literally everything you said. They wanted to introduce it to show that the virus and what's happening isn't stagnant, that it's continuing to grow and it just doesn't become like where they're all just dumb and everybody can handle them easily. They wanted to create that extra threat that it just adds more pressure on everything, right? If they're evolving and they can plan an attack and they're like that, like that's very scary for humans or the people that are left. So that's cool that they're doing that. I like. And
that. Also the falling through the floor and the kind of building she fell in. It's also 1-1 adaptation from the game.
Sick. See, they're just hitting all points. They're putting stuff I'm not even picking up because I haven't played the game. That's so cool. This is the greatest screenshot.
It's cool for if you've played the game and if you haven't played the game. That's the fun part of this one.
Well, yeah, that's what they're doing. That's so good. Like just as a show, I just love it as a show. Like not knowing anything about the game, I just love the damn show and the story and the relationships and how good this team is that making the way the angles of the cameras used and the zoom and I just realized Daredevil was
pussyfooting around it again. Daredevil's basically a clicker.
Yeah, she looks like a witch there. Okay, greatest screenshot ever. I kept it because it was so good. This is as she was getting bit and then shot.
This is skin and ender quality.
I just want to say I'm back. I'm back, people. I don't know what clip I could play for that show. Do I have any clips that say I'm cool?
No.
Here we go. Anthony, guess what? Ellie Gasson. This sequence was pretty cool and creepy. It was. The stalking part was really cool. But yeah, look, I did accidentally pause it on that spot. I thought, you know what? That's how I roll. It's like rolling a dice.
I roll.
So we put that one in there. And then I like that I didn't expect it to cut ahead in time to them being back already. Like I thought it would have shown them getting out or something. So I like how it kind of did that too. That was a very cool storytelling choice to cut straight to them being back recounting. Yeah, back to the TVA, recounting their story to the two people who look like the boss, but in fact are not the boss, mirroring many different things there. Town of Jackson. Okay, so loved that. Obviously, she's hiding the bite. Actually, when she got bit, me and Lani were talking, like, because I'm like, obviously, no one knows that she is immune. So if she got bit and anyone found out, obviously she's going to be in the shit, right? Because only his brother knows and his wife. Is that right?
Yeah, I don't know if Maria knows. I don't think that's confirmed yet. We just know that Tommy knows.
Okay, Tommy knows. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, so obviously this is a smart way to hide it.
Yeah.
Smooth, and it shows her writing in the diary. I just took this because it is, yeah, because often wrote barbecue before. Is this me being Hawkeye? Because I knew instinctively to get a screenshot of this. Just my instincts kicked in, and I knew that this would be an iconic picture to get.
You're a visionary,
Am I-
John. You know
Am I
that.
correct?
You know that. Very good.
Is this
Yeah, so
correct?
in the game, she also makes notes in a notebook.
Okay.
At certain points in the game, which is funny.
And does she write a diary, or is it more
Yeah,
like a diary?
yeah,
Is it more like
Yeah, so it's drawings and words, so like this.
Oh yeah, so this would be a good callback to the game. Something well spotted. Some may say I am.
Listen, Gabe.
I'm sorry. Shit, it's early. Okay, then we cut to classic dad move here, hand on the hips. Now I love this scene because how he walks in, he walks in like all sheepish. If you rewatch it, he walks in very sheepish, like he's got his hands together, like like someone who's nervous.
Yeah.
I just noticed that he walks in very nervous because he knows that there's so much tension between them. Again, they're conveying that for us, and then he tries to open himself up and put his hands on his hips to try and talk to her. The fact that she keeps
but it's not. But he's not talking about what it's supposed to be about. He's just denying everything still, and just wants to go into practical things. And then
he's
sees
walking
the
on
guitar.
eggshells.
This is where he sees the guitar, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So in the guitar, it obviously is like a big thing between those two. It kind of signifies their relationship in season 1. And she just didn't look at it. She doesn't play the guitar anymore. She doesn't look at the guitar anymore. It was just laying there, rotting on the floor. Joel picks up on that, and the strings broke. She tries to lie that she still plays on the guitar, but Joel picks up on the string being broken. He's going to fix it again. So he sees something that symbolizes their broken relationship, and he's going to fix it. He's just going to fix the guitar.
Yeah, that's so true. It's his way of like trying to, I guess, connect with her. He wants to fix it for her, to give it to her, and hoping that will fix their relationship.
Yeah.
Such good writing. God damn. Oppen says, she had the pun book last season.
Yeah.
Correct. In the game, you also do a lot of journaling, and she writes top pages in 2 seconds. She would have been great admin. She would have.
It's less than 2 seconds. She just picks something up, and then you press a button, and it's all there.
Boom. Went to Nathan Drake scribbling school. Nice.
Yeah, it's the same.
Young lady, this room is a mess. Yeah, it is. It is that pose. Legit. I just like that scene. I like how he played it. Like he played it being
to stand on though. Yeah.
Yeah, like you can tell he's scared of her in a way.
Yeah.
Then we get to the party. This scene was actually really well done. I feel like the chemistry was pretty good. I feel like between the two actors. It felt like convincing.
I thought you were going to use another C word, but you said chemistry. But this is also a 1-1 adaptation from the game, so it just looks exactly the same.
That's cool. And then obviously that upsets the old dude, and Pedro comes in. Another fantastic screenshot here, guys. I just wanted to show the impact and action of Pedro coming in, hair flowing in the wind, like the top G that he is.
Look at the guy in the back. He said, "What the hell's happening?"
Yeah.
What?
Pedro gasms on the way back, baby. Pedro.
I like Mario's rap.
Yeah. So he calls him queer, and this scene had so much in it. Obviously, it shows why everybody won't do anything to Ellie, because this is what happens when you do. You get jacked up just for saying something to her.
Dude, I think in the game, if I remember correctly, he had to make like a sorry sandwich the day after for Ellie.
Oh, really? Wow. That's gangster.
Yeah.
So that perfectly just showed us why everybody is that was their culmination of why everybody won't do anything to Ellie or treats her like a princess, like you said,
Yeah.
because this will happen because he's
But
the boss
also
of the
Ellie
town.
Ellie being furious about him being protective, and she's calling him out.
Well,
After
yeah,
he's
I wanted to.
protective.
Yes, I wanted to talk about that because that he humiliates him basically in front of everybody,
Yeah.
which is pretty hurtful. How dare she?
Yeah.
How dare she do that to Pedro?
Brat, you brat.
You're an absolute brat. And then he comes here. Like, I mean, how do you feel about that? Do you think she's just in her anger towards him, or do you think she needs to like cut it out? Because I feel like did you want to die that badly? Like, was it your, you know what I mean? Like, was it her
Yeah.
mission? Did she want, was she so willing to die for
Yeah,
everybody? Like,
I was annoyed by Ellie because it's a lot more. Not because it's different from the game, but it was so over the top, being defiant and angry, and want to push him away. I didn't think it made sense, but I think
mm,
it's good news for me because I think the series will be. I think I like the series more than the game because of it.
cool. That's cool. I can't wait to know what that is. Often says they should be terrified of you. That was a good line. Just the way, what's this actress's name again? Sorry.
Isabella Merced.
Isabella. The way she played again, I just find myself any scene she's in, I feel like she's the scene stealer. Like she just comes across as so
Yeah.
natural, warm, and I don't know. Yeah, she's just really a great person for Ellie to fall for because you get it. Like you get why she would.
Yeah, which is so cool to see because in the game, Tina is such an NPC. She still plays a big role, but she's an NPC. And
Yeah.
this version of Tina is so much cooler.
Yeah. Yeah, well done. Great casting. Spoilers. Okay. That's next episode. It must have been something I was saying before. Why do you a bigot sandwich called Ramsay?
What are you? A bigot sandwich.
All right, so we're getting near the end now. Yep, don't mess with that. And then he's got the guitar fixed, like a boss, just chilling.
Yeah, so
That's where she comes home, right?
So this is where in the game Ellie and Joel have like a conversation about their emotions a bit more. And I don't think it's going to be in episode 2. I don't think it's going to be for a long time in the season because I think this season will be about them drifting apart. Which you could say that it was an important scene and they missed it. I think it's good that they missed it because I kind of feel that the other arc won't be as the other arc that I didn't like won't be set up by it. So I'm kind of glad that they skipped the next part.
Okay. Well, I feel like after watching this, they're setting it up to what I felt like normal tropes would be for them to be apart and then reunite and get back together. That's what most shows do with this type of storyline. I feel like, you know, the payoff should be them coming back together, and that's going to be interesting to see where they take it. I think it's because unfortunately Bella doesn't have that Ashley X factor to get away with.
Yeah, so in the game, Ashley wasn't as shitty. It's so much more over the top here. And yeah, it's true. It's the same with Dina because Isabella can get away with a lot more than game Dina can.
Well, just how they've set her up and what her type of intentions are, how she interacted with Joel, how she wants to get them back together.
Yeah, but she's just so
so engaging, right? Like
endearing.
And so I'm really interested to see what.
And even Greg Mason said Isabella can make me do anything. If she would say you need to do this, then Craig would have said, "Yeah, let's do it."
Yeah, pretty much.
So it's like it's actually her.
Yeah, that's cool. My memory of Dana in the game is cover right in front of an enemy and got us spotted.
Yeah, she always ducks like this and then turns around and just in front of the enemy. And the best memory is the snowball fight. Oh, we didn't get that.
Well, I feel like then we cut to the Cordyceps retracting, going back to tell their buddies, or doing, I don't know, retracting or moving around. Another great screen grab. Don't mind the haze on the outside there. I go deep on this one.
Another great screen grab. Another highlight from the screen grab king.
Now this is a sweet little thing to note that Dina didn't go and fix. Maybe this is a way of showing that she's a gazelle in some capacity, that she didn't go and take care of this. It's just been left out, and now the bad guys are coming. Disappointing.
They are coming.
Then we get to the last screen grab. These guys rock up. It's taken them 5 years. She has had 5 years to stew on getting revenge. I don't think she's going to change her mind. That's how I see it. I don't see her changing her mind.
No, I don't think she will. So that's why I think that the other guys in the group are meant as the ones to make like hard decisions, because Frank Mason and Neil Druckmann talked about having their characters make difficult decisions.
Impossible choice.
For her, it's not impossible. She just wants to kill Joel slowly. So it's going to be the impossible decisions will be for the other guys of the Firefly group, I guess.
Yeah. Well, they're there already, so I'm assuming there's going to be a fight pretty soon, or they'll figure out a way to, because Joel's not going to know that that's what they're coming for, so they could just come in as refugees. That's where the refugee angle's coming from. Bang, he's going to say we shouldn't let these people in. They're going to come in, and then they're going to do something. Just called it. I just called it, Anthony. I just called it. Would that be correct? Am I correct? You will find out. Yeah. They're coming in as refugees into the camp. That's what they're going to do. I'm calling it. Okay, let's move this. Bro, that's it. Episode 1 down. Boom.
Cool.
Just like that.
Got it.
Close to an hour. Just like Often asked us to.
Yeah, he wants to be over quick. That's what Often says all the time.
Sorry, Often. I could play the burn music for you, but I won't. I won't do that. I won't do that to you. Yeah, I'm excited. Now, what day does it air? Because I only watched it yesterday. I've actually forgotten what day it is airing. Is it Tuesdays or Wednesdays?
I would think, because it's the 14th was the first one, right?
Yes, I think so.
So it should be tomorrow, but I don't think Easter will be the right day to do. So maybe Tuesday.
Yes, okay. I forgot about Daredevil. Do you want to talk about it or not?
We could. We could if you want to, but it would be better maybe to go to bed because I have Easter tomorrow. So.
Oh yeah, you got family stuff on tomorrow. That's fair enough. Yeah, all right. Maybe we could talk about it next day. Well, whatever. The guys that are here, they've seen it already. They know what happens. All right, guys. So we're going to try our best to do this whole season of Last of Us. I know we didn't finish Daredevil, but just life happens. So we're going to try and do all of Last of Us. So if you
and
watch
Andor.
this episode, oh, man, it's going to be 2 at the same time.
It's going to be 28th, right, Andor? So not next week, but the week after, it's going to be Andor as well.
Yeah. So I don't know how we're going to do that.
We're going to do it.
At
We're
the
going
same
to make
time.
it. We'll make it.
Okay.
Because it is much more fun to do it week by week, right? Instead of after a season.
Definitely.
Yeah.
I'm more so for time and for doing 2 shows. Covering 2 shows at once is a
True.
is a challenge.
Often
Yeah.
will be mad.
Yeah, he
So
will be
rushing
mad.
things.
22nd. Oh shit, it's even sooner.
22nd.
Oh wait, that's the next episode? Or is that the next
Cool.
episode? It might be. So my Tuesday would be the next episode of what? And it's 3 episodes. What? Last of Us is doing, or is that Andor? Oh, Andor's doing 3 episodes.
Oh wow, dude.
We just lost
usually,
your.
Usually, when it's 3 episodes, it means that it's a very slow burn setting stuff up. so we could
Yeah.
race through the 3. Then I think a bit quicker than 3 separate episodes. It'll be fine.
Yeah, we'll try our best. We've lost your other mic. I think I'm getting a computer mic, so we'll wrap it up there, guys. Yeah, we'll wrap it up there, but we'll be back next week at least, definitely to do Last of Us, and when Andor's out, we'll do that as well. We'll try our best to do that. It just might be a lot less screenshots, guys. Just for time, obviously. But I'm excited. I love the first episode. Excited that it's back. It's great writing. It's great acting. The story is building really well. Last of Us apparently has a season 3 coming. So yeah. So Anthony said before the Kagi that they're doing the second game over 2 seasons. Season 2, season 3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Arthur thinks the end will be the theater, and I think the golf tournament will be the end of season 2. We'll see. We'll see.
Interesting. Cinematography was great. Oh, I said it. Shit. Cinematography was great. Not as good as Daredevil's, but still good. Daredevil's cinematography in those last episodes, in the first episode, were amazing.
Yeah, so the
anyway.
fun thing is you've actually used listening mode, because in the game you have listening mode where you can listen to where everyone is, just like Daredevil, by the way. So they could have used the same cinematography that they do in Daredevil when he's listening. They could have used that in Last of Us as well when they were listening.
Yeah, it'd be cool if they do.
Infected were. Yeah.
Cool. If they try, even if they did it for like a cool sequence, I'd be happy with that. Just to pay homage to it or whatever. Awesome. All right, guys. We'll catch you next week. We'll be back. Have a great weekend. And peace. We're gonna hit the end.
Bye-bye.
Bye.